kind of sad, guys. This is gonna be the last one video like this that I do for a while about Arrow. Um, and these things have been kind of fun for me talking about stuff like this, so I'm gonna kind of miss it a little bit until next season. I might do something like this. This has been really enjoyable, and you guys seem to like it a lot. So, um, let me just get into the finale really quick. So, wait. Before I do, let me just address the Flash little preview that they had. I like how they start out with the target practice thing, and then it shows Flash catching the arrows, and then it's like, yeah, I got it, and then it's very playful. Like he tries to shoot 3 arrows, and it's like game on or whatever. It establishes just in one little quick fun scene the tone of the entire series, which I really like. I think it's going to be a much more lighthearted show, but I think I'm going to enjoy it if it's by the same guys. So, this episode, pretty good. I really liked it. Let's start out from the beginning. So it pretty much picks up where the last one left off. They're up in the clock tower. The League of Assassins show up. Oliver understandably freaks out. And he's like, "We're not gonna kill him. We have the cure because the cure worked on Roy." And so that's really good. So, cut back to Thea. Thea shoots Malcolm, and we kind of knew that he wasn't dead. Like, they're not gonna kill that guy off. He just gets up and he's like, Kevlar. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. So I'm glad that I knew they weren't gonna kill him off, but that was just kind of a funny scene anyway. And so Roy calls her and starts apologizing because now he remembers everything. He's back to his usual self, and so he tries to make up with her, blah blah blah, and it doesn't work out. Also, he gets his own little mask, but he's still wearing that little red hoodie. So yeah, we get Argus, the girl that's with Diggle. Turns out she has this baby or something. Like, they break into Argus, get all the Suicide Squad out. Are about to use them, but they don't end up doing that. They hold Amanda Waller at gunpoint, who holds them at gunpoint. It's like, we're gonna hit this drone on this place, blah blah blah. And they end up holding that out for a while. We get cutbacks to the flashbacks to the island, and right in the middle of Slade and him's fight, the ship blows up and they start fighting on there. More on that in a minute. Next scene we have he already kidnapped Laurel. Something wrong with Lance is really upset, obviously, about that. And as the League of Assassins are there, they show up as Slade goes, and I'm not making much sense, but as Oliver goes into Slade's building, he's like, "You came here alone, kid." And Oliver's like, "Not alone," and a bunch of League of Assassins people break in, which I thought was a really cool scene. They start killing. He's like, "We're not going to kill anybody," which I thought was really good. He almost went back on his word for a minute. It's like, "I got to kill him." It's like, "Outthink him then," is what Felicity says. And so, get more into that in a minute. There's a lot in this episode. So, after that, he takes Felicity to the mansion and says, he wasn't protecting, he got it wrong. "No, I love you, that's why I'm protecting you." And I thought at first, I was like, wow, really? I thought they were just going to tease that carrot in front of us this whole time, which I wasn't all for, to be honest. I want them to get together, but I kind of don't yet. More on that in a minute. And so they start hitting the different guys with the Mirakuru, and it starts working on the army people. Not that Slade's army. Anyway. And earlier, I forgot, Isabel died, so that was kind of wrapped up quickly. And then we go to them attacking the different people. Slade, of course, escapes. His army is now disbanded. and he calls Oliver. Hold on. And he's like, I got the one you love, or whatever. And we think he's talking about Laurel, and Oliver's trying to bluff him because he doesn't think he'll do it. Or he thinks that outthinking him is going to work. And at first he's kind of shocked, but then we find out it's Felicity there, and that he's been monitoring. And I thought that was really cool. He goes after him and puts his arrow down. He's looks like he's about to just give in and be like, just don't kill Felicity, and Laurel's there too. They're holding her hostage. But then it turns out that he sort of pulls this weird thing where he somehow knows, I guess through Roy somehow, that he's hallucinating and seeing shadow, which I don't know where he got that. That seemed, I guess you could sort of say that Roy might have told him, or that there's some scene that kind of indicates that somewhere. Oh yeah, because he said something earlier about seeing shadows, so that makes sense. So, distracted with that, turns out Felicity has a cure, injects him, and we find out that Slade actually, the reason why the Mirakuru wasn't the thing that made him hate him, it was something else. It was just him. So that was interesting. We intercut between that fight and the fight on the destroyed ship that's slowly sinking, as we get to see how Oliver stuck the arrow in Deathstroke's eye. He starts threatening him while he's buried under rubble, and Oliver just like stabs him. And in the current day, Slade thinks he's gonna do the same thing. He's like, "Go ahead, kill me. You won't win." And then he ends up tying him up with ropes after they cut back and forth between the past fight and that fight, which I thought was really cool and kind of an interesting editing trick. And so after that, we think it's all wrapped up. And after they get Amanda Waller to sort of pull back, and she starts threatening Diggle's sort of ex-wife girlfriend, who's apparently gonna have his baby. Stuff is interesting. We think it's gonna end all happy after that. After the drone is called off, Sarah agreed to go with the League of Assassins if it meant saving Starling City, which I thought was. She said she'd be back, but I don't know. It was kind of one of those mixed things where I was like, I really don't want to see this character go away, and I don't think she will. But they kind of tease a little bit that Laurel might turn into Black Canary because she gives her a jacket, it's like it fits, and then Lance has this cute line, it's like, "Don't you get any ideas?" And then after that, after she leaves, he collapses and flashes back to a scene where one of Slade's soldiers threw him, and so apparently he's like bleeding internally, and kind of leave off on that. So I hope he's okay. He's one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna see how that pans out around next season. I'm kind of bummed we didn't get a little teaser trailer for next season, considering how good this one ended. It wasn't perfect. It had its issues. Some of it I felt like could be wrapped up better, but overall it was pretty good. Anyway, going from that, sorry. We go from that to Slade in a jail cell, which I really like that he didn't kill Slade. I knew that he wouldn't, but that very much just sort of like in his own words, he said, "You made me a killer, you made me strong enough to get off the island, thank you, but you also made me a hero. I can't kill anymore, and actually not killing you is what made me win." And so we have a final scene where Argus actually locked him up, and he said he's in purgatory. We find out that prison is on Leon Yu, and that's really interesting. He starts saying, "I keep my promises, kid. You'll regret this." Blah blah blah. Standard villain speech stuff. So after that, we get a little bit of Diggle talking to them, and then he sort of like, I'll go on ahead, you guys hang back or whatever, and we get Felicity and Oliver talking to each other. Said, we were both really convincing. That's the unthinkable, that I love you thing, and we kind of get a tease again that they might like each other. I think it's going to be one of the things with this show, like an ongoing will they, won't they thing. I think they might get together at one point. I'm not sure. But I think it's going to be one of those things that's just an ongoing sort of tease that the show does to keep you coming back. Not the action isn't great. The action's amazing, and so is the drama, but that's going to be one thing they're probably going to save till the very last season, and then they're going to get together. So I thought that was all enjoyable. Thea, once Roy comes back, it turns out that Thea left Roy because she found his arrows and everything and found out that he was lying to her. And so at the very end, she goes with Malcolm. I'm not sure where to, because the League of Assassins hates him. So I'm really not sure. He has a line about how, I'm so proud of you, shot me. You have the conviction that Tommy lacked, blah, blah, blah. Crazy villain stuff. So I'm not sure where that's going. Not sure if Thea's going to be a villain or not. I think that Oliver at this point just thinks that she went to go live somewhere else. He doesn't really know where she is. I don't even think he knows that Malcolm is still alive. So that's probably going to be saved for the next season. I'm going to be interested to see where they go in the next season. This finale was amazing. It's movie quality stuff, like Stephen Amell himself said. And I'm super psyched to see what they do next. One last thing. We get a final scene where Oliver wakes up. It's because Felicity asks him, it's like, all these years on an island, how you never told us how you learned to fly a plane. Flashes back to him in a bed somewhere, and he walks out, and Amanda Waller shows up. I think she was the one from season 1, 2, the one with the red shoes. And so she shows up, and she's like, Oliver Queen, nice to meet you. Welcome to Hong Kong, blah, blah. So I don't know where that's really going. I maybe need to read up on more Green Arrow, but this might be their own thing. Maybe it's just going to be something new they do. Not really sure where Sarah is. I know that Slade is dead in the island thing. I know that he's locked up present time. I know that already, but I'm interested to see where next season goes, flashback wise, and just overall. We get kind of an indicator that he is not sure what he's going to do, but I'm glad that he's choosing to be a hero now instead of vigilante. He's come a long way. And just interested to see where all this goes. He has a line where he's like, kind of unemployed, ex-billionaire, I don't really know what to do next. It's like, you know anybody that's hiring for an ex-billionaire with archery skills? And it kind of leaves off on that. Interested to see where all of this goes next season. I really enjoyed this season. It was a really ambitious season. This is how high season 2 was. This is how high season 1 was. It's improved a lot. It's a much better show. I can't wait to see what they do with season 3. I think it's going to be awesome. What you guys think? Comment below. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and I'm gonna miss you guys. I might do more stuff like this soon. I should have an epic Amazing Spider-Man 2 review coming out pretty soon. The TMNT month, pushing that back a little bit so I can make room for this epic review. So you guys keep on the watch for that. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll think of something where I can do video reviews like this, because I really like doing these sort of raw, like off the cuff video reviews. I might do more the 100 thing at some point. I'm gonna wait till that season is over before I start again. And so this is it, guys. I really enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and see you later. I forgot. I'd give this episode 5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Okay. See you guys.